How's it going, guys, and welcome to a new video. And in this video I want to go over Meta's cropping and AI enhancement feature and whether or not you should leave it on or if you should turn it off entirely. So without further ado, let's hop into the computer. So I'm assuming you guys have all had this at some point where Meta basically just uses the feed version of your ad and then showcases that on stories. Now, personally, I don't have a problem with it. Ultimately, I look at the results, what gets me the lowest CPA, the highest return on ad spend, or the highest average order value. And if Meta thinks that it can see a way in order to increase that, then by all means go for it. At the end of the day, the data decides, and I'm not a very big branding guidelines kind of guy. For me, the data is what counts. However, I am not a brand owner in the traditional sense. So I completely understand that there are some brands that are very touchy-feely about this, for lack of better words. And they just want the feed variant on the feed, and they want the story variant on the stories. Now, what Meta will do is, if Meta thinks that the feed variant will get you better results on stories than the actual story variant that you uploaded, then Meta will just run feed regardless. So as we can see here, when you upload your creatives, so this is for my book, The Profit Formula, we're running ads at the moment, and as you can see, obviously feed. So right now I've just uploaded the square image, and then the feed will show it sort of original, and then you can show it original like this, or you can toggle the recommended variant, and that will basically really blow up the image, and it will really zoom in, which I don't really like. Whether or not you select one of these two, and I'll get into like a next image where there's a third option, regardless of what you choose here, Meta may and will do its own thing based on what Meta thinks will generate the best results. So if you select here, you want it to be original, and you do not want this cropped, you do not want this zoomed in any way, shape or form, because you've got all the AI enhancements on. So you've got Advantage Plus Creative on, you've got the other AI enhancements on. Meta will just override what you do. And the same goes for if you have a story variant. So you specifically replace this, you add a story variant, and Meta sees, again with the AI enhancements on, that the feed version performs better, it will just swap it out. So that's basically Meta doing its thing, and of course, it causes issues with some clients. Obviously, most of our clients have read my book, The Profit Formula. Most of my clients have been sort of through our internal trainings regarding how Meta works, how the algorithm works, etc. But there are still some clients that say, listen, we get it, we know it's Meta, we know it's not you guys being a pain, but we still want this off. We can't afford Meta to showcase ads in this way. Usually I respond with the following, and it is true. Okay, I'm not telling a white lie to prevent me from having to change this, but Meta's ads, or the ads that are run by Meta, will be different for you as the brand owner as opposed to just your regular customer. So what I've noticed is that Meta has that many touch points on the brand owner, it doesn't fully understand how to actually target the brand owner. Quick example, one of our clients, they were basically revamping some of the older products. So we had some old products, old stock we kind of needed to get rid of. It looked a bit outdated. We had some images, etc., on the product pages that had the old logos. He had like a rebranding a few years prior, and we just never bothered to change up the logos and change up the product pages and change up like the imagery, etc., because we moved on. And again, according to what we do in the Profit Formula in the book, if you've not picked it up yet, make sure you do so. We focus on the best sellers. So we've noticed that 20% of your product will generate 80% of the sales, and vice versa. So 80% of your products will only generate 20% of the sales. So rather than trying to get all of these products to work cohesively and all perform, we just tell our clients, let's focus on the top 20% of your best selling products, and we're going to go all in on that. And what we've noticed that since we've done this is like years and years that we've been doing this now, we've noticed higher return on ad spends for our clients, lower cost per acquisition for our clients, and a higher lifetime value, because we're not just like pushing random products down people's throats. We're actually showing people products that they actually want to buy, that have a product market fit. So that's what we've noticed, and that's also why our clients, some of our clients, they have products on the website that just don't sell, and we're not going to push ad spend to products that don't sell, because we want to make sure that our clients are as profitable as can be. So if we notice that the market does not want this product, we're not going to push it. So back to the story, we had a client that had old products, old stock that they wanted to get rid of. So this client started to revamp the product pages, add new imagery. It looked a bit outdated, so he retook some of the product images, uploaded them onto the Shopify store, etc. So that was all done. And then he went onto social media, he went onto Instagram, and he saw a carousel of his own brand that we set up retarget and catalog sales, and he started seeing all of these old products that he'd literally just changed. So then obviously, we told him we're only going to focus on the best sellers, yet he's now getting an ad on his own Instagram feed with all these old products. So he took a screenshot, sent it to us on Slack, obviously complained, said, guys, that is not what we agreed. You guys said that in the profit formula, you guys only focus on the best sellers. Why am I then seeing all this old garbage that I'm trying to get rid of? And the reason why is because Meta thought that this person had a interest in these products. Meta does not know if you're the brand owner, if you're the marketing manager, if you're the CMO, or if you're just a random customer. Meta sees that you're on the Shopify store. Naturally, he's probably select the preview to see what it looks like from a customer perspective. The pixel has caught up on that and started to retarget the brand owner with these old products, thinking, hey, there's some kind of indication of interest here. And that is what we see quite often with our clients, is that the clients will not actually see an accurate representation of the ads, especially when it comes to catalogs, especially when it comes to these AI enhancements, because Meta has almost too much data on you as the brand owner. So Meta's got no idea how to target you, and then it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you see an ad that is ultra zoomed in or cropped with the headline above and the description at the bottom in a random font, or you'll see like a random AI generated image. What do? You stop scrolling, you look at it and think, is this my brand? Is this my ad? You even take a screenshot, or maybe you share it on Instagram. Some of my clients have my personal Instagram, and they'll literally just DM me the photo and say, guys, what's this? What does that mean to Meta? Meta sees that you're engaging with this ad. So then Meta will just start showing you more of these randomly cropped images or random products, etc., thinking it's doing a good job, thinking that at some point you're actually going to buy this particular product. So the AI is not yet smart enough that it knows that you are the brand owner, and that is why you start to see these random ads, okay? So that's just one thing to keep in mind when you're running your ads, when you have an agency running your ads, when we're running your ads. That may happen. You may see a inaccurate representation of the ads. We've looked into ways, because we also get clients that click on their own ads, and we're like, you just cost yourself like 10 cents or whatever the cost per click is. Like, stop clicking on your own ads. Like, please don't, stay out of the funnel. But we still get clients that do so, because obviously they're intrigued, they're interested to see, okay, what's this funnel look like? How are these guys doing? Where are they sending the products? Even that, the destination URL now can be overridden, even if that is a word, by Meta. Like, if you're sending traffic to the collection page and Meta thinks the homepage will perform better, it'll literally just override what you're doing and send it to the homepage. So again, just keep that in mind. Like, the AI is taking over, and even this as well, you will not see an accurate representation, because again, you will click on it, you'll see it go to the homepage, you were expecting the product page, for example, you complain, or you send it on, or you click on it, you screenshot it, etc., and a Meta thinks it's doing a good job. Okay, so all that aside, that does not mean that is the only thing that's at play here. Like, Meta's AI is also at play here, and that is what I mean by this whole video. Like, Meta will zoom in or zoom out, or create some kind of a pattern interrupt in a way that Meta thinks that will generate you the most sales. And that is also very important to understand, that Meta's not trying to penalize you, it's not trying to F you over or anything like that. Meta's main priority will always be the user experience. So yes, your experience comes secondary to the users, because without users on the platform, there's no one to market to. It all comes falling down. Second priority is, of course, the media buyers, the brand owners, etc. Because if you get good results on Meta, you'll continue to spend. Like, Meta's not trying to get you to lose your money. Meta wants you to win because Meta wants you to continue spending. If you continuously get a 0.2 ROAS, you're losing money, you're getting refunds, it's just one big bad experience, what are you going to do? You're going to move over to TikTok or Pinterest or Snapchat or Google. And Meta knows that. So Meta's trying its absolute best to get you the best results possible. Now, of course, the third priority is all of these AI enhancements. Meta knows, okay, we need to get a move on with this. We need to test out as much as we possibly can, because if we can nail this, it will obviously, behoove the media buyers and the marketers, etc. in the long run. So yes, Meta still does make mistakes. I'm not telling you guys that Meta is the be all and end all. Like, there's a lot of mistakes. I see a lot of bugs, especially now more so than ever. You'd think that they'd leave us alone for Q4 and just do all this in Q1. But no, I can still see a lot of issues with the Meta platform. But just understand that is the order of priority. User experience is number one, you guys are number two, and then AI, of course, is the third priority. So moving back to the computer, there's a new feature, and this is not entirely rolled out yet. It is coming, but we now have the crop and expand with AI. Meta already did this. Like, Meta was already doing this behind our backs, but now it's an actual feature. So if you click on this, so crop and expand with AI, what Meta will do is it'll literally just elongate the image. So rather than having like the text, again, it'll be one of the variables. So Meta might actually just keep it like this and just add the headline and the description, etc. Or what it'll do is it'll just make the image longer. So it'll use like an expansion tool. And then maybe here it'll add here forehead, the rest of it here, and then maybe some more of the wall at the top. Here at the bottom, it will elongate here dress. I don't know what this is. It looks like the edge of a sofa, and I think maybe there's some kind of cabinet. It'll just elongate that as well, and then it will showcase that as one of the variables. Again, one of. So if Meta thinks that another variant or another variable in terms of AI enhancements, image generation, will get better results, it will do so. Okay, so if you select the crop and expand feature, it literally says automatically crop and expand your chosen media to fit more placements. These expanded images were created based on your original asset. Meta does not make any warranties regarding the completeness, reliability, and accuracy of expanded images. And that's also very important to understand. We've been looking into the AI sort of terms and conditions. What is interesting is that Meta says that they own the rights to all of the output. So if Meta creates a AI enhancement of, in this case, this image, Meta owns that image, not you. So even though you uploaded the original, the AI enhancement is owned by Meta. However, if it goes wrong, if it goes pear-shaped, if you get some kind of random output, Meta's not responsible for that because you clicked on publish. You selected publish. So therefore, Meta no longer needs to show some kind of responsibility. Now, there's also a few brand owners that say, hey, we did not make any changes, or we did not select or deselect any of the AI features, but all of a sudden now, we're seeing that everything is selected again. What has happened? Now, what Meta has a knack of doing, so if you don't touch the ads, it will not turn on or turn off anything. Like, that's just one thing. But what Meta will do is, if you make a random change to the ads, Meta will kind of see that as an opportunity to just reselect or deselect all of the features. And of course, once you click publish, it's your responsibility, not Meta's. So then Meta's kind of gotten away with adding something and you've just not seen it. And let's face it, there's so many features and options nowadays that it's natural that you won't see something. For example, we have a client whose shop is banned. Like, there's literally just 2 products out of the 1,000 products that they have on the shop. Every time I make a change to their to their ads, then it will reselect shop as one of the destination places. And then we get issues with the client saying, hey, we're sending traffic to the shop, but there are no products on the shop, so please stop doing it. And I'm like, it's not me. I keep deselecting it, but every time I make a change, so not even to do with the shop, maybe I'll just change up the copy or I'll duplicate the ad, it will just reselect the shop again. So that's just Meta doing its thing. You need to be careful with it. Just make sure you double and triple check your ads before you select publish, because once you select publish, Meta is no longer responsible, you are. Okay, so that's just one thing regarding the crop and expansion tool. If you're interested in reading more about what Meta can do to get you better results, again, that is something I do want to emphasize. Meta's not doing this to be a pain. Meta is trying to get you better results, and yes, they do have, they are trying to complete or improve their AI tools. So yes, there are running tests in the background, but just understand that Meta is trying to get you a better result. If you're interested in reading more about this, just the shortcut is just to go on that AI enhancement and then just click on the AI enhancement, and then you'll get this page. Or feel free to screenshot this, or just go to this link here. I'm not going to put that in the description or anything like that. You guys can look up that yourself, or I think if you just go on about Advantage Creative, you'll get the same thing. But yeah, that is the update for this video. Any questions, please let me know in the description box down below. Like the video if you got something out of it. Comment down below as well what you'd like to see from this channel next. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.